Back before 2018, the digital video ecosystem was relatively quiet. The platform was dominated by people sitting in their bedrooms recording daily vlogs, executing simple sketch comedy, or walking around with handheld cameras. Then, someone decided to dump an absurd amount of water-absorbing polymer beads into a residential lawn. This is a bar chart comparing the viewership of that Orbeez stunt to global broadcast events like the Super Bowl. As you can see, this single internet video, now 7 years old, towers over traditional media with over 259 million views and 5.5 million likes. Dumping children's toys into a yard shouldn't logically capture the attention of 250 million people. Yet the sheer volume of the physical mess created a magnetic pull that standard daily vlogs couldn't match. Jimmy Donaldson, known as Mr. Beast, treated his channel less like a diary and more like a laboratory. He was testing the limits of physical scale to see exactly how much it took to keep a viewer from clicking away. Generating Super Bowl-level viewership from a simple backyard experiment proved that if you push a concept to its absolute physical limit, you can reliably engineer global attention. The mechanics of the Orbeez video are brutally simple. The title tells you exactly what is going to happen, and the execution relies entirely on overwhelming scale. There is no complex plot, just a massive, literal number of objects. That aggressive approach carries right over into the metadata. Scroll down to the description and you are hit with demanding text like, "Subscribe or I take your dog." Every inch of the video's packaging is designed to grab viewers and refuse to let go. But once an audience gets a taste of 100 million of anything, their baseline expectation shifts. To hold that massive viewership, the next video can't repeat the same trick. It has to be noticeably larger. This chart tracks the compounding trajectory of these stunts. Physical volume explodes upward, from Orbeez to pennies to a house full of slime. When space runs out, the stakes convert to cash, offering $10,000 in a giant bowl of cereal. The constant pressure to double the volume and the cash resulted in quantitative escalation. By raising the numerical stakes in every upload, the channel could reliably reset the viewer's sense of wonder and keep them from growing bored with the format. The platform's recommendation algorithm watches what keeps people watching. Recognizing the sheer retention power of this new format, the algorithm began blasting these extreme stunts into the sidebars and homepages of millions of users. We can think of this shift as the introduction of a spectacle metric. The underlying code began aggressively rewarding any video that promised massive physical scale, starving out smaller, quieter content. Even educational channels felt the gravitational pull. Science creators like Mark Rober adapted by engineering elaborate, massive-scale projects to satisfy the algorithm's hunger for spectacle. The reach of this format grew so strong, it dragged in mainstream icons. You suddenly have Cristiano Ronaldo collaborating on robotic goalie shootouts because the viewership easily rivals traditional sports broadcasting. For an athlete like Imal, appearing in this format is no longer just a side project. It is a primary way to engage a global, internet-native audience that traditional sports media often misses. You see this same DNA everywhere now. Food creators eat every knockoff snack. Travel vloggers test extreme water parks. Every niche maximizes its extremes. The algorithm isolated the exact variables that made the Orbeez stunt successful and forced the rest of the platform to adopt them, creating a massive, site-wide industry of engineered spectacle. This graph compares the subscriber count of that exact same channel today against the populations of entire nations. As the counter ticks past 507 million subscribers, it becomes clear that this single creator commands an audience larger than the United States. The days of pointing a camcorder at yourself in a messy bedroom and going viral are effectively dead. Today's digital ecosystem requires a hyper-optimized, high-budget production machine just to compete. The underlying psychology is almost too simple. If someone actually spends the time and money to manifest a child's wildest hypothetical thought into physical reality, we literally cannot stop ourselves from clicking to see what it looks like. Because of this, the primary barrier to entry for massive digital success shifted. It is no longer reliant on natural on-camera charisma. It now heavily depends on your ability to finance and organize sheer overwhelming scale. Taking 100 million water beads and flooding a backyard ultimately proved that with enough scale and a deep understanding of human curiosity, a digital stunt can completely eclipse the reach of a traditional Hollywood blockbuster.